Hey, I was just talking about Shane Beamer. Shane, let's kick it on down to Columbia real quick, where Beamer recapped the recent scrimmage. And I got to be honest with you, Shane, he didn't have a ton to say about the scrimmage that I thought was really worth kind of sharing. I think they're kind of keeping it close to the vest. But the one thing, and I think if I'm a Gamecock, I love to hear this, Shane, because there's all this hype, there's all this positivity for the second offseason in a row down there in South Carolina. Expectations are sky high. Well, I just love the fact that Shane Beamer, I mean, he's basically not singling anybody out. He's here. No, he's not singling anybody out, Shane, but he says, hey, if you're not putting in the time, the effort, I don't care what your experience is, basically you're going to lose your job. And I love the fact he said some of these players are going to be stunned when they see the end of results. So let's kick it over to Shane Beamer real quick on the end of the camp needs to be their best football yet. I just thought this was a great comment.
Right. And you know, you're coming up on your last few actual practices before the spring game. Is there anything that you want to see to kind of close out the practice portion of the spring, whether it's just more polish from guys or what's important for you to see as a head coach the last few practices?
Just how we continue to progress and get better. That's what I talked to the team about after practice. Like the human nature is okay. We're 10 practices down. Next week's the last week of spring break. We got Easter weekend coming up. Human nature is to go, all right, we're good, and just kind of coast. And I talked to the team about this today. I went back and like this week last year, we didn't do a great job academically. We didn't do a great job keeping the locker room clean, a lot of things like that, where maybe last year we took a breath and didn't get better. That's what I'm looking for, is how we continue to get better. Players, coaches, all of us, every single person in this building. There's no complacency, and there better not be any complacency after 10 practices with 1 week of spring practice left. We got a lot of work to do, and that's what I want to see, how we continue to progress and get better. And then also, some of these older guys, do they continue to take a step and improve, or do they get caught by some of these young guys? Y'all have been around here long enough, or been around me long enough to know that, there's no jobs that are given here right now. You earn and compete for everything. And if anybody's getting complacent and think they've got a job locked up, they're going to be shocked here, pretty quickly. And I want to see these young guys continue to come along and push these older guys.
All right, Shane. So, hey, I mean, he's putting some of these guys on notice. Again, not naming names, but this is what you got to do, right? I'm not certainly saying the Gamecocks are out here reading their press clippings or anything, but right. I think comments like this ensure that doesn't happen, if that makes sense.
Kind of feels like a note out of Saban's book here, don't it? Like, this wasn't for us. Right. This was for the players. This is a reminder that you take your foot off the gas, you lost your job. So I think that's where South Carolina's at right now. They can't afford for a letdown, because it does. I mean, this is a kickoff for summer. This is a kickoff for, you're setting momentum, up for fall. You're about to let these guys loose, and you don't want to see that during the 2-3 weeks that you're in practice that they're already letting up. You want to see it 100 miles an hour, knowing that these kids are going to continue to work hard, because if they don't here the next couple months, they will not have that starting job when they hit camp